Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to my channel. I'm Adene. If you are new here, make sure you keep watching this video if you're looking for ways to slay bullying, because in 2018 we're coming into the new year mentally clear, body positive, and with so much more positivity in our lives. Stay tuned.
Once you're done watching this video, make sure to head on over to my channel, OriX. See you then!
Hey guys, it's Lachelle. Make sure you check out my version of this collaboration.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a get ready with me video. We're about to clap back at them haters. So make sure you watch all the videos in this collab and let's have a great time and let's get it.
Classmates, is Niecy Dawson of Candy Yams TV.
Hi guys, I'm Adene. Make sure you check out my rendition of the Slay Bullying collab on my channel, Adene. See you there.
What is up guys, now I'm back here. I'm back again with another video. This happens to be a get ready with me in a collab with a whole bunch of other people on YouTube. So make sure you go and check out their video as soon as you're done with mine.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry if I'm looking very popped right now. This video is a get ready with me collab, originated and created by OriX, and it is called Slay Today. Today we are going to be talking about bullying and just all around mental health, body positivity, specifically in the Black and brown communities. In this video, there are a plethora of other videos. I will link the link to the videos in the bottom in the description box. Make sure you check out their videos. Everyone is doing something different and you'll get something different from each video. So make sure you check those out and go check out OriX's channel and her video too. First of all, let me start by saying Happy New Year's. Today, we're going to be doing a basic face, since I'll be talking a lot of the time. And yeah, just my basic everyday going to work face. Nothing spectacular. And talking to you guys about bullying. So today we are going to be using Fenty products. I have my highlighter here. And then I also have... Oh no, sorry. I have the Matchstick Trio, and then I have the highlighter, the Kilowatt, and this is in Moscow Mule and Ginger Binge. We're going to be using these today. If you've been keeping up with the times, in November, a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old both committed suicide. Their names were Rosalie and Ashanti Davis. Now, everyone was talking about Keaton Jones and his bullying situation. However, nobody was talking about these stories about these two young women that killed themselves. Everyone was focusing on Keaton Jones and his being bullied. However, the mother was taking advantage of that situation in order to gain funds for her family, and it was said to be a racist family. It was just a lot of scandal around that. So Rihanna removed her post about Keaton Jones, and she posted a post about these two young ladies who both committed suicide due to being bullied at school. And she said, "This is devastating. Prayers out to both families. Check on your siblings or kids you know. Have these conversations because bullying has to stop." And she is completely right. Bullying has to stop. With this day and age, with the internet, with social media, things are getting 10 times worse, and it's only getting worse as we progress. A lot of people think that, you know, I'm just not going to send my child to a certain school, or I'm going to send them to a school where everybody looks like them, or something of that nature, and that doesn't necessarily stop you from being bullied. I went to a school that was predominantly Hispanic. I went to schools that were predominantly Black. And it happens everywhere, regardless of your skin tone. One thing that I do want to touch on, let me actually start getting ready. One thing that I do want to touch on is how mental health is ignored in the Black community. First of all, if you have older, more old school parents or grandparents, they generally think, hey, we don't want to put somebody else in our business. So things like therapy or counseling sessions aren't really needed, and most feel that they can handle things in the home, when sometimes that's just not the case. Many people think that things are just gonna go away, and as a Black person, especially in this society, that you're just supposed to be strong. However, things happen for all individuals of all ages, where sometimes this is not the case. Like, many people feel things differently than we would like to think. So to say, hey, get over it, just move on, is kind of a BS notion. And then especially with things happening with children more and more at a younger age. I couldn't imagine being the parents of those kids and you finding your child dead because of something that was going on at school. I'm not a parent, however, I have nieces and nephews, and you need to talk to your children. It's important to talk to your kid about what's going on, help them progress with their learning, with their mental growth, because they're not capable of handling everything themselves. And some children hold things in because no one is talking to them, and make sure you see the signs. For example, if you have a child who's been experiencing bullying, they're coming in, they're telling you about it, or they're not telling you about it, they're just saying everything's fine. Make sure you're involved with the school. When you go to talk to the teachers, you want to see if they're paying attention. Although it's not the teacher's job, she should be watching her students. Her job is to teach and also provide a safe environment for the children. So I want to talk about the facts for a second. And these are from the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And these are the statistics about African Americans and in our community. So it basically says that, African Americans sometimes, although anyone can develop mental illness or have poor mental health, African Americans sometimes experience more severe forms of mental health conditions due to unmet needs and other barriers. For example, I don't know how many people are clicking on the videos where you see an unarmed Black man or something traumatic on your internet, and you click it, just like all the various videos they post of the Black individuals actually being shot and killed. May it be Facebook Live, may it be reposting that onto Instagram. Regardless if you think they affect you. It's something, it may not affect you right away, it may be more long term, but in some way they are affecting you. African Americans are 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems than the general population. And this includes depression, ADHD, suicide among young African American men, which is rising, and then post-traumatic stress disorders. They are also more likely to experience homelessness or exposure to violence. And I know you guys have, well, maybe some of you haven't, have seen the various events that take place, whereas one individual of a different race will be coddled or helped for their disorder. Basically, Black people are seen as, it's nothing wrong with you, you need to get over it. So that's definitely a notion that needs to change within the Black community and outside of it. Also, just some quick statistics. The suicide rate for African American college age males has more than doubled in the recent years. African American college students report a very low use of the counseling services that are available to them. I know there were some incidents at my college, and of course no one wanted to be the one to have to go to the therapist. Like the first thought is, you know, I don't need that. That's not for me. I'm cool. I don't know why y'all trying to push me. Like, you hear things like that a lot. Like, why are you trying to push me into counseling? I'm okay. Like, I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy. The suicide rates of Asian American college students are among the highest of their peers. And I think it's important, you know, if you have a college age child, to talk to them. Definitely try to talk to them on a regular basis, because you never know what they're going through. At different schools, there are so many different dynamics. I personally went to an HBCU, and to me, I didn't feel any type of way about anything that was going on, because, you know, sometimes people develop a thick skin for certain things, or they just ignore it. I didn't have any major problems. However, some of my peers were battling with things like depression, etc., and they didn't want to go seek help. And sometimes, you know, you have those friends who will force you or coerce you to get help, but then you have others who will just ignore it and who will just let you fester in your own sadness. And it's important to get to those students before something like this happens, or suicide, things like that. Latina college age females report some of the highest rates of depression. So in various articles on the internet, you see that someone told me to pray my depression away. It doesn't work like that. Like, you can say, oh, just go pray about it, and sometimes, you know, that can help somebody, but for someone else, that may not be a solution. You're basically just telling them, get out my face. Like, it's like downplaying what someone has going on. Experience, I felt things extremely deeply. I wasn't open. I was never really open about my feelings. It wasn't something that I felt like I needed to do. So I either let things go, or I just tried to essentially handle it on my own. So I'll go back and read some of the things that, you know, I wrote back then, and it's just like, wow, whose child is this? Because I'm just like, I couldn't believe that I felt certain ways about things. And when I was in grade school or middle school, I was bullied for a while. I was called Baby Dinosaur because I had this picture in my locker that I kept in my locker, and it was me. It was me in a green dress with like pigtails, and I always thought that that picture was so cute, but apparently nobody else did. And they called me Baby Dinosaur. They were generally just mean to me, and I was always like a pretty solid kid. Like, I was one of the tallest kids in my class, and I'm like, yo, like, these kids are little. So I kind of used my size to intimidate people and to basically work for me, because I'm like, yo, like, I'm 2 times your size. You're not about to pick on me. And I know everyone doesn't have that to their advantage, and I'll look through some of my writings and I'm just like, wow, I at some points of the day was really, really sad, and I couldn't explain it, and I felt like I was different from everybody at my school, and like I didn't fit in. But let's talk about, you know, how you can prevent some of these things from happening if you see that they are prevalent in, you know, people you know, your communities. So what are the things that you should be watching for when you think about suicide? So some warnings of suicide include talking about suicide often, talking about dying, talking about any type of self-harm, seeking out weapons or any type of lethal items, guns, inquiring about where to purchase guns, inquiring about different pills to take, because there is hanging your, like, there are different types and ways that people can commit suicide. It doesn't have to be a gun, it doesn't have to be cutting, it could also be knives, ropes, anything like that, overdosing. If you saw 13 Reasons Why is a great show for this topic. I watched the whole season, and some things that you don't think of as bullying, that you're just like, yo, this is a normal part of life, you never know what someone is going through. So if you're watching this and you're someone that bullies others, like, think twice about what you're doing, because in the series, Hannah thought, like, you know, I don't have anyone, I'm new here, everyone is basically bullying me, my life is falling apart, I'm just gonna end it. And she recorded these 13 reasons, and it was 13 people as to why she committed suicide. And she sought help from her school, and he basically said, you know, get over it. He didn't take her inquiry seriously, and then now, you know, her parents no longer have a child. And then you have this other individual who is a part of season 1, who, you know, is a loner, an outcast. Everyone bullies him, no one wants him around, and you see that he is seeking, I believe it was either in the season or in the preview, he's seeking out weapons because he's like, yo, they don't care about me. Like, so the question at the end of the season was basically, what is he gonna do next? Is he gonna shoot up the school? Is he gonna, like, you never know. So make sure that you're paying attention, and make sure that you're not one of these reasons. Like, the people who were the reasons on her tapes, they had an air of not just, you know, we can't let these tapes get out, but like, wow, really? And like, when you put all of this stuff together, it is, you never know what someone is going through. Be mindful of your own situation and someone else's too, because you could be the reason that someone tips over the edge. More symptoms include no hope for the future, being preoccupied with death, self-hatred, an unusual notion to say goodbye to people, or to basically get closure in certain situations before they do the deed. Getting affairs in order, withdrawing from the people around them and the people that they once cared about. So that's definitely one sign. And then a sudden sense of calm. So this is one that I've never heard, but it's a sudden sense of calm and happiness after being extremely depressed. Can mean that the person has made a decision, or like a final conclusion to, like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, I'm gonna commit suicide. And that's not a point that you want someone that you know or that you're around to get to. So there are a few ways that you can help. So there are a few ways that you can help, and you can start off by talking to someone about suicide. Someone that you think needs the extra push or the help. You think that they're suicidal, talk to them. You know, how to start the conversation could be, I've been concerned about you. I've noticed some things differently, and I wonder how you're doing. I just wanted to check on you. You don't have to come in and say, hey, are you trying to kill yourself? No, because that's not effective. You can say, you know, I want to check in with you because I noticed that it looks like you're feeling down, or it looks like you're feeling a certain way. Basically let them know that they're not alone, and that they may not believe it, but, you know, many people, there are people around who care about you. Your feelings can change. Just, you have to give them a sense of hope. And make sure that you're not basically arguing, acting shocked, or finding ways to fix their problem. And definitely don't blame yourself and put that on them, because that can only make things worse. There are various risks of suicide. There's low, moderate, high, and severe. Low means some suicidal thoughts, no suicide plan. And they say that they won't attempt it. Moderate is they have the thoughts, they have a vague plan, but nothing is lethal. And they say that they won't do it. High means they have suicidal thoughts, they have a specific plan, and they have a specific way that they are going to attempt this. Severe is, and they also say in high that they won't attempt suicide. Severe is they have suicidal thoughts, they have a specific plan that is highly, lethal, and they tell you that they will attempt suicide. Overall, just make sure you offer help and support. Follow up on them, be proactive, encourage positive lifestyle changes, try to get them out like with people who could feel similar, and just try to remove the potential means of suicide and continue your support. Don't ask them one day and then the next day you're just like, okay. Like, pay attention to the needs, because many people, sometimes they won't open up at first. However, they may, gradually ease into it in the long run. At 10 years old, I don't think I was not thinking about anything like that at all. I was riding my bike. I was enjoying my time. But, I wasn't severely bullied. I had a thick skin. I had a good support network with my family. Some people don't have that. Even now, granted, I'm older. Excuse me. Granted, I'm older, and the first thing you think is like, oh my God, Mom, Dad, leave me alone. I'm grown. But my parents still check in on me more times than I like to admit, and they still provide that support network that some people are lacking. Like, even when you're going through a breakup, some people commit suicide after a breakup or because something traumatic happened within a relationship. My parents are, first thing they say, you don't need anyone to validate your happiness, or we just want to see you flourish. That's their loss. Like, basically the positive self-talks, so that I'm not in a depression, especially after experiencing my breakup with my ex-fiance. I did feel things extremely deeply, and it was, for a while, it was like wallowing in my own sadness. However, I had the support system of my family and friends to help me cope with that. Some people don't have that, and they end up in these situations where they feel like no one's ever going to love them again, and they don't know what to do from there. And then you end up in a situation where you're going to a funeral for someone who committed suicide. We're trying to prevent those things from happening. I think not only the Black community, but schools and things need to be more open about talking about mental health. More predominantly African American schools as well, because you're seeing these videos, you're experiencing these traumatic events, the shock of things, the run-ins with the government or the law. Like, these are all instances where children and adults need mental help because they're dealing with these traumatic events, their misplaced anger. These are all things that people experience and that need to be rectified at some point. So this is my finished look. Curls popping, courtesy of my Heavenly Halo collection of Main Choice. My Happy New Year ears. I hope everyone had a happy and amazing new year. Remember to continue to talk and check on the people around you. Start this year off right by slaying bullying. So slay today. And bullying and mental health issues have no face. Make sure that you're checking on the people around you, checking on the people you love, and checking on just individuals who you think no one else is checking on. Slay bullying. Get out here and be a better person. And if you are a bully, stop. It is no reason that you should be doing anything like that. Sometimes the bullies have issues within their homes or within themselves that make them do things like this. So just check up on your neighbor. Bullying has no face, so make sure you go to the playlist and you check out the other dope YouTubers in this collab. They are all from a variety of ages and backgrounds. Some with children, some without, some in college. You can get a different perspective on this from everyone. Thank you guys for watching my channel. I am a Danae please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe your thoughts on suicide and the different things that I discussed in this video. And hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy New Year. Slay bullying, everybody. Toodles.